Welcome everybody to class. My name is Colin. Today we're going to be doing yoga for the inflexible. So today we're going to be concentrating a little bit more on the hip area for the flexibility because as guys we tend to sit down a little bit more, do these kinds of things. We do running, we do cycling, so everything is in a linear motion. Makes for tight hips. So the things we're going to do today are quite simple. So bear with me. I'm glad you joined me today. So let's not waste time and we're going to get going. So the one thing I would request that you have today is one of these, a block. You can use also like a nice big book or anything else like that there. We're going to need it today. It's not for anything weight bearing. It's only going to be for holding us up in a position so that we have it properly. All right, what we're going to do today is we're going to start off something nice and simple. So I want you to be on the mat. Going to have our legs hip width apart from one another. Here what we're going to do is we're going to hinge a little bit in the hip forward. You're going to come back down to sit down. We know this guy, it's called chair pose. So have the knees just sitting here. So here, try not to arch the back into it. Bring it in, try to solidify it in. So here we can put the hands up first this way here. If you're feeling strong enough today, you can put your hands over your head, not a problem. So make sure here you can see that my knees are completely forward in this way here. I'm coming back this way here. Also that I'm sitting down quite deep here. So if you're only here at the moment, that's all right. But try to get in there a little bit more. And try also not to really round out this back. Pull that belly button right in. Hands go back up. I'm going to stay here for a few breaths. I'm going to try to warm up the quads, warm up the muscles inside of the hips first before we get in there and start doing things for stretching. All right, what we're going to do here, we're going to come up, stand up nice and tall. All right, keep the legs hip width apart here. What we're going to do here is basically what we would normally do as a forward fold, but we're going to do it modified here. And this is why we need our friend, the block. I want you to put the block in front of you. What we're going to do here, same thing. So here, you can, depends on your flexibility. If you need to, bend the knees a little bit, bend here, right at the hips. So this is literally, if you have to, take the hands out this way here, elbows down, bring the hands in, push the hip back. So this is going to look a little bit like this. You have the hands out, you bring the hands in, push back. So you really know where you're going to be going here. Almost like when you're going to do a deadlift, yeah? When we do a deadlift, we do the same thing, yeah? We come right here in the hips, bam, then we come down. So I want you to do the same thing here, but what we're gonna do is go as far as you can forward, put the hands here on the block. All right, but you see my back, nice and straight. This is what I'm looking for. If I try to straighten out my knees here, okay, I'm doing a little bit more on purpose, but if I try to straighten out my knees here, you see that my back is rounded. This is not what we're going for. I want a nice straight back, so bend the knees just a little bit. Look forward. Pop that chest forward as much as you can. You're going to feel it pull within the hamstrings at the back of your legs, but that's all right. That's what we're looking for. Just take a few breaths here. See what it feels like. You can play with it just a little bit also. Sometimes trying to stretch out the legs a little bit more, bending them down a little bit more. Find that spot where you're getting the best results for your for that stretch on the hamstring. And you're going to drop your knee onto the mat here. You can relax the foot at the back or leave it this way here. For some people, it all depends on balance as to which one is more comfortable for them to do. Yeah. So what we're going to do here is we're going to take our hands up, and then we're going to do here basically cactus pose. Yeah, we're going to have our hands out. And what I want you to do is take the hands and shoulders look up. So try to flip the palms up towards the sky. Going to get into the hip here, and also going to get into that lower back. What we're going to do here, we're going to come up into the middle. And what you do is take the right hand, put it on the mat. So just, about 10 centimeters from your foot, if you can. What we're going to do here is I want you to push into that hand, twisting. You're trying to shove your chest over towards the opposite wall, left hand up. If it's too hard with the left hand up, you can always put it on the hip. So on the proper side, it looks like this here. So really here you're supporting the kind of twist. You're supporting yourself a little bit to start getting into flexibility into the hip and into other joints. All right, what we're going to do is going to put the hand down. What we're going to do is we're going to move that left foot back. And now we're in this position here for cat and cow pose. So what I want you to do here is keep the knees hip width apart, hands are underneath the shoulders. What I want you to do here is I want you to look up, drag that belly button down as far as you can. As you breathe out, push that back up as far as you can. Really push into those shoulder blades, splitting them apart, tucking the chin underneath. Breathe in again. We're going to come through and we're going to look up. Try to keep the shoulder blades, those shoulders away from your ears. Yes, we're going to pull those shoulder blades down. As you breathe out again, you're going to curl, push into those hands, splitting those shoulder blades, pushing all the way up. You're going to breathe in, you're going to come back down into the middle. All right. So here, we're going to do the other side. So what you're going to do here is the easier way. Take the right foot to the front of the mat. Make sure your knee is over your ankle here. Make sure your knee at the back. Relax the foot at the back or keep the toes on. That's your deal. You find out how it is. We're going to breathe in. We're going to come up first. Make sure you got that balance. Make sure you're okay. If you have to drag this foot out a little bit, drag it out to the right a little bit. That's not an issue at the moment. All right, again, here we're going to breathe in. Hands come up. Cactus pose. You're going to breathe in here, breathing out, looking up, throwing those palms up. So don't try here to put the palms up this way here. Really like a cactus bending in a wind, looking up. So only go back as far as you can. Don't try to force it here. All right, we're going to breathe in, come into the middle. Now we're going to drop that left hand down onto the mat. And then we're going to bring, so here, really pull that chest forward. Now, so you're really pulling it in this direction. You want it to face that wall. And then right hand comes up. Here, don't forget to breathe. And don't let the shoulder fall in either, yeah? Really reach up for it, nice and high. All right, so now what we're going to do, again, breathing out, we're going to bring that right hand down. Right foot goes back. So here we're back in this tabletop position. I want you to tuck the toes underneath you. So this next position is what they call the downward facing dog. So here again, it doesn't matter if the heels touch the ground, doesn't matter if the feet are straight or anything. This is really more about getting a nice straight back. So what we're going to do here is going to lift the hips up as high as you can. And then here you're going to try to put the heels towards the mat, but trying also to keep a nice straight back. So here what you do is you really push into those hands, pushing into the mat. Take a deep breath, and then push with your hands to try to drive your chest in the direction of your knees. So if you can here, you can straighten out the back and straighten out the legs. If the legs are bent a little bit, it's all good. Make sure your hands are hip width apart or shoulder width apart. Here you can have the feet also hip width apart or together if you like. Together is a little bit more on the difficult side because of the balance aspect inside. Stay here for a little bit. If you want to here also, yeah, sometimes it's nice just to take your dog for a walk and just walk your feet here, just slowly in place a little bit. Try to get some length into there. All right, now we're going to breathe in. What I want you to do is take both knees, drop them into the middle of the mat, so back on this tabletop. Release the toes underneath, and then I want you to come back, sitting nice and long on your heels. So nice straight back here again. Also, if you can't do this and you find this difficult to do, you can always use a block, use a towel underneath you here or a pillow to prop you up. If you don't have that at the moment, you can use your hands. We're not staying here very long, actually. All we're doing here is we're going to switch out, and you're going to bring and put your feet nice and straight in front of you. And here, I want you to have a nice straight back. So with this back like this, you're going to take the toes, you're going to drive the toes towards your chest. You're going to put your hands beside you, nice and straight. So here, roll the shoulders backwards, stand nice and straight first and foremost. All right, so what you're going to do here, so you take a nice breath in, you're going to breathe out, and I want you to walk your hands as far as you can forward, bending forward. If you can touch your toes, fantastic. If you can't, what you can do is bend the knees a little bit this way here, grab onto the feet on the side. But here what I want really is to really just breathe in, prop that chest up, driving this the breastbone all the way to the front towards that wall. And just stay here like this, that's okay. Now you see what I'm doing, yeah? Slowly, if you want to, you can check to see how far you can go by sliding your feet forward a little bit. For some of you, it's really going to pull within the legs. Others less so, and you'll be able to go a little bit further. And then you just kind of play around with it and try to find it. Doing these kinds of things are supposed to be fun also. And finding out how flexible or how inflexible you are. And then driving the feet, if you can, the knees all the way down. If not, like I said, cool, not a problem. If you have to, you can always use something like a belt, a towel, anything. What you do is you put them at the ball of your feet, grab hold. Here again, roll the shoulders back, breathe in, shoulder blades come together, drop down, bring the shoulders down. Bend the elbows a little bit, give a slight pull, come forward. But you see, even though I do this, my breastbone is still going this way. I'm not curling in to my body. We really want here that the movement is done within the hips and not within the back. So really here, even if you're like this to begin with, it's okay. Roll the shoulders back, breathe in, drop the shoulders, shoulder blades together, forward like a soldier or like an ape showing off. Nice and big, chest forward. All right, to release this, what you're going to do is you're going to breathe in. As you breathe in, you're going to release the hands, come back up to sitting. All right, if you can, come to sitting cross-legged on the ground. So I'm going to do this sideways so that you can see what I'm doing in the process. We do one side, then we do the other side. If you find that sitting cross-legged is difficult, grab towels, anything else like that, throw them underneath your knees here to help prop up the knees. If you find that it's stiff in the hips, our friend the little block, I'm going to put him on the ground, come sitting. It's going to change the angle here of the hips, and then you'll be able to sit down, not a problem. Since I have the block here, I'm just going to do it this way here today, and then you can do it with me. So what we're going to do is we're going to take the left hand onto the right knee. Again, pull the chest up. Yoga is always about having this nice standing up, nice and straight, really pulling the chest open, shoulder blades together. So same here. Left hand is on the shoulder, pull everything up. You're going to lift that right hand. And as you breathe out, I want you to twist, getting that right hand onto the ground behind you. So here, sometimes you have to give a little pull with this. It's okay. It doesn't matter, but try not to round the back. Really here, nice and tall, nice and straight. How far you twist doesn't matter. Yeah? It's more about the movement in itself. When you become to your maximum, you come to your maximum. There's nothing else that you can do. Then as time goes and you do it more often, then yeah, of course, then you get further. But until that point, don't worry about it. Just nice and easy, just twist. All right, we're going to do the other side. So all we're going to do actually is we're going to breathe in here, nice and deep, throwing the chest up, breathing out. You're going to switch over to the right hand onto that left knee. You're going to breathe in again, chest comes up, left hand comes up, you're going to twist, and you're going to throw that left hand onto the ground. You see here, I can bring my hand quite close. You can have it further, but here really push so that the back is straight. Try not to do something like this here. Then you're putting too much strain on the lower back. So whenever you do it, hand as close as you can, nice straight back, twist into it. And just breathe in here, make sure the chest is nice and high. All right, you're going to breathe in here, same thing. And then you're going to come forward, breathing out. You put the hands on the knees, however you'd like. All right. Going to come back to sitting here. So that's it. Few yoga movements there just to get you started in the direction of getting more flexible. So do these every day if you'd like, every other day if you'd like. Incorporate them into your weight training, incorporate them into your cycling, whatever there is that you do as an exercise, and you will see that the flexibility will come and it'll help you in your day and maybe get some of the relief from hip pains, lower back pains, and shoulder pains. All right, I thank you guys very much for watching this video today and being with me. Also, please subscribe to the channel. That would be a great help. Hit the like button, give a comment, anything like that is greatly appreciated, and I will see you guys next time.